Now, stop me if you heard this one before. A Trump supporter gets assaulted. This is just something that just happens now. It's coming for people to now be assaulted by left-wingers. They are so loving and tolerant that they'll do anything to shut down any form of opposing opinion. These sorts of actions is what drives people to be more conservative. When you think about it, who would want to be in a group of people that uses violence as a tactic in the first place? So I'm not really all that mad about it. What I'm pissed off is the Young Turks' story. I like to call them the young jerks because that's what they are. Jerks who don't deserve any form of kindness, and here's why.
You ain't support.
Oh boy, this is going viral all over 4chan and the right-wing side of the internet, and I think my thoughts on this will piss off a lot of people. Here we go. Here's a 30-year-old dude in Texas taking a MAGA hat from a 16-year-old and throwing a drink at his face. He then leaves with the hat as he delivers his final statement.
Okay. It's gonna go great in my fireplace, bitch.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that Alex Jones was right once again. The liberals did, in fact, start a civil war on the 4th of July.
Using civil unrest, racial strife in America to force Trump out.
I have my go bag stocked up with all my Alpha Brain pills and my MREs. The second civil war is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. Liberals are grabbing MAGA hats everywhere. They're calling it scalping.
I hate this guy. He's just a condescending asshole. The Young Turks know that they're desperate. I agree that Alex Jones is crazy, but with all the events going on, we might as well have another civil war at our hands. Because the way you assholes treat conservatives. In fact, if Donald Trump wants to win the election in 2020, you people will throw another hissy fit and declare that America is racist.
But all jokes aside, not tolerating fascists and deplatforming them is good, because allowing them to push their violent ideologies is much worse for our well-being in the long run.
Bullshit! You don't want to deplatform people because of extreme beliefs, but rather because you can't handle the idea of someone's viewpoints are in the complete opposite of what you stand for to be tolerated by the public. Tell me one fascist thing Donald Trump has done. In fact, you haven't said anything about Antifa violent actions towards conservatives. Not a single video condemning Antifa.
But while this administration is rapidly approaching full-tilt fascism at a pace much faster than our previous imperialist war machine admins,
there is no proof of what you're saying to be true. Not a single truth behind your statement.
this behavior still shouldn't be condoned. And the anti-MAGA dude did get fired from his bartending job, which should serve as a lesson. Always make people in power uncomfortable, but respect normies as long as they're not bothering you.
No one should be treated like shit because of their political powers over others. It's great that you believe that assaulting regular people is bad, but people with political power should not be treated like shit. They are not out there oppressing certain groups of people. It's been little more than 2 years, and so far, there's no massive concentration camp being set up to kill the Jews.
Now, there's a difference between holding those who work for this proto-fascist administration to account and tossing a drink in a dumb 16-year-old's face. It isn't revolutionary praxis, and it gives desperate conservatives an opportunity to scream about being oppressed.
Wrong, 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 wrong. This isn't about being oppressed. It's about being attacked for standing up against the left wing. We should not have to tolerate this sort of behavior by the left wing. We should not be automatically labeled as fascists. These sorts of videos get passed around people who are in the middle, and these videos are the reason why you should side with Trump. You don't even know what that word means, don't you?
Which is also uniquely hilarious because the conservative administration is in control of both the House and Senate.
But when it comes to the media and culture, the left wing is dominant there. Very few shows are right-leaning. Fox shows like The Simpsons and Family Guy has mocked social justice. Right now, being conservative is the counterculture. There's a lot of repairs that need to be done thanks to the amount of damage the left wing has done.
They're appointing Ghostbuster judges and planting the Supreme Court of the United States firmly on the right for generations to come, all while trial ballooning ethnic cleansing. So this is my message to conservatives. There's no widespread danger towards anti-Trumpers, and incidents like this actually prove that.
Bullshit! Just go to any Antifa rally and see for yourself. People are being assaulted for being Trump supporters. Hell, children are getting disowned by parents for supporting Donald Trump. There's a video on the internet of a mother disowning her own child on a pretend vote on who should be president. And when the mother finds out he voted for Trump, she kicks him out. And if that's not enough, we have Maxine Waters, who supports assault on Trump officials. The only thing now is going to happen if people started to get killed over this. Are you going to say that murder is justified if a Trump supporter died?
If you're working overtime to make it seem like one guy harassing teenagers is the same as systemic racism propped up with Republican propaganda and a president who garnered support by violently owning the libs, then you've lost the argument from the jump.
Oh, that's classical. What do you mean owning violently? There is no systematic racism being placed. Name one right white people have, black people don't. For fuck's sakes, we had a black president. If there is some sort of systemic racism, then Obama only won through luck. That's it. This entire argument is basically saying that we are comparing ourselves to being oppressed.
And even the kids don't seem too traumatized by this incident, except for this little guy. As a matter of fact, the one dude that put the video up seems to be enjoying his newfound fame.
And that's what we do. We laugh it up. And let me ask you a question. What if these kids were liberal and they were assaulted by a conservative? Your narrative would change so much. The kids would be traumatized and you would be masturbating over their victimhood. We walk it off because this is the best liberals can do. They have shown their face and now they have lost. They have lost control. We have managed to turn you into what you are, an animal.
I mean, he's got the incident video, which has now gone viral, pinned, and he keeps showing off his impressions and metrics, and then, wait, hold on, what is this? Okay, BRX Pug is now good, in my honest opinion. He plays Fortnite and mostly tweets about Fortnite, actually.
It do be like that! It do be like that!
Look, the kid who posted the tweet also retweeted praise towards Maxine Waters and which is what I want people to take away from this story. Everybody's political opinions are all over the place, and we can still have the capacity to be friends with people who are ill-informed.
By ill-informed, you mean conservatives who support Trump. Listen, you can have your political opinions, but let's get one thing straight. Being conservative or just opposing social justice in general is particularly putting a bullseye on our back and being a huge target for people who think that anyone that isn't on their side to be the enemy. Conservative ideas are being shut down at any chance given, may it be through comic books, movies, TV shows, rallies, or video games. If you really care about the well-beings of others whose viewpoints don't match your own, as long as their ideas are not extreme, you should fight for their right to speak no matter what platform they are on. I am the Atheist Gamer and keep gaming on.